All right, folks, we're gonna get straight into this. It took them a thousand plus days. Let's see what the Gamers Joints had to say.
Here, take this, dude. This is what you want, right? Like, this is what you are asking for? Kingdom Hearts missing what? So the Kingdom Hearts Twitter account dropped a little collage image of multiple different Kingdom Hearts 4 images. This is a big deal. We haven't seen the game in beyond 1,000 days. 2022 is our last glimpse of the game, first and last glimpse. So let's talk about the gameplay image first. Both the Japanese and English Kingdom Hearts Twitter accounts posted two different versions of this gameplay screenshot. We can see Sora in Quadratum during the daytime, and we know that the keychain of the Keyblade is going to be a mechanic in the game. We saw that during the very first reveal trailer. So it looks like Sora's actually using it in a combat sense here, and not just in the ways of traversal. We kind of theorized this when we first saw Kingdom Hearts 4, that perhaps we can use the keychain to pull ourselves towards enemies, or pull enemies towards us. So possibly that might be still on the table, but we can definitely use it in combat. It actually looks like Sora is using some form of flow motion grind on the keychain. The enemies, though, are particularly standout. We see two new enemies. Now, at first glance, these guys are kind of looking like Quadratum Neo Shadows, but then I don't know, they look so different from that of Neo Shadows. I'm actually starting to think that these are, in fact, Shadows. Like Quadratum versions of Shadows, because they've got the same little kind of tentacle things on their heads. Obviously, these look wildly different than Shadows. They're more like humanoid, they're taller, they look grotesque. Now the thing is, we don't even know if the enemies we're going to be fighting in Kingdom Hearts 4 in Quadratum are actually Heartless. There is a very real possibility that this could be a totally new enemy type.
Based on this, why do I get the feeling that I'm seeing a hand look like Thanos' gauntlet? No, seriously, if you saw that, the one clip that I showed you, does that look like Thanos' gauntlet? Similar to it? Now, that could be the Quadratum, sorry, I butchered that name. That city, the Quadratum Heartless, if I can say it right, sorry about my English. Yeah, it's like a humanoid. Also, that full motion, that is good. Do you think Sora can beat Vader or the Avengers? I'd like to see that happen. There are a few images. I'm gonna skip to most of it, and after that, you guys can visit it, his channel, link in the description.
Got these dudes right here that look like they've got like massive fists or something like that, or shields. These guys are definitely looking particularly tanky. Now in the Japanese screenshot, we actually see a third enemy that you can't see in the English screenshot, and it's this little thing right here. I don't know what this is. And again, because these designs are just so bizarre and so different from that of Heartless in a way, it's making me think that these aren't Heartless at all. Now, they very well could just be Quadratum Pureblood Heartless. As we know, Purebloods don't have the Heartless emblem on them, and if these truly were Heartless, I can't imagine that emblem Heartless would be present in Quadratum, as they were artificially created Heartless within Sora's reality. I don't think there would be much reason for them to be here in Quadratum. Also, just like the Darkside Heartless that we saw in that reveal trailer, the dudes with the big fist right here do have the hollowed out heart portion on their chest, which I think could be taken as like a subtle confirmation that these are Heartless of some kind, just purely Quadratum Heartless. But very interesting looking enemy designs, very demonic, darker as well compared to what we're generally used to. I think we knew as soon as we saw the dark side for the very first time, we knew that the enemies were going to take a drastic kind of more realistic, darker approach, and this is the first glimpse towards that. I can't wait to see what the bulk of the enemies are going to look like for Kingdom Hearts 4. It's going to be a real breath of fresh air.
I'm gonna take the screenshot, but we all know the command menu. It's a simple thing, and the build is something interesting. Usually it says construct and reconstruct. I don't know about this because it made me wonder, what can Sora build using those magic? I mean, think about it for a second. What do you think Sora can do?
Heads-up display that we're seeing right here, especially looking at the HUD portion because it's incredibly basic, is placeholder. This is still in development. Obviously, though, the heads-up display resembles that of Kingdom Hearts 3. Like, it's still looking very much like Kingdom Hearts 3. Also, one other small detail here is it looks like Sora's got a smartwatch on. I do wonder if this is going to be a new version of the Gummy Phone, but I have to imagine that some system will be incorporated into the watch itself. The other screenshots that we have right here are pretty interesting also. We've got updated looks at the character models for both Sora and Streliza, and man, these guys have taken on a glow up. It also looks like, judging by the image of Sora here and how we see him in the gameplay screenshots, that this is probably going to be his finalized outfit. Nomura did mention when Kingdom Hearts 4 got revealed that there may be some changes made to Sora's Kingdom Hearts 4 outfit. It isn't finalized, but it looks like, judging by this, that yeah, it pretty much is the final outfit. And that's kind of cool. I'm digging the outfit. It suits, like, the themes of Quadratum being in a more realistic-based world. I definitely think it's better than Sora's Kingdom Hearts 3 outfit.
Honestly, I think it might be better. I kind of like it. It looks like he's growing up. Compared to the Kingdom Hearts 3, I don't know. I have a mixed feeling for Kingdom Hearts 3, okay? Let's skip from here to Mickey,
and possibly maybe even some of the other characters. It would be a really cool thing in the game where, you know, you progress through Quadratum, you complete a world, then you jump into the shoes of Riku, you complete another world, and then the interval happens yet again, and then it's Mickey, and so on and so forth, with perhaps some of the other characters as well. Who knows though, it could just be Mickey because it seems like Square were trying to set up something during the end of Melody of Memory. I think this portion is going to be really interesting though, to learn even more secrets and unknown knowledge about the Foretellers. And to just explore more of Scarlet and Kylam, yeah, that's an absolute treat. There's also a phone, and this has to be included for some kind of reason. Surely this isn't Tetsuya Nomura and Square being like, yeah, look at our phone modeling skills. Crazy, right? No, this definitely serves some kind of importance. And I have to wonder, maybe the phone is set up as some form of communication where Sora can communicate with the others. Although this big search effort wouldn't be going on if that was the case. He could just be like, yo, guys, like, I'm all good. I don't know how to get back. However, the phone absolutely has to be included for some reason, knowing Tetsuya Nomura's crypticness. Now, I have to assume that the last two screenshots here may be taking place at the same time, but
Alright, before we let him continue. Okay, I think the phone is probably where the enemy is going to talk to Sora. Or perhaps they will connect it to the watch that Sora has, so I don't know. Because remember, it could be like in Batman, where the enemy can hack into your comms and then talk to you and all that sorts. Maybe it could be a side quest. Who knows?
Who knows? The first one is that battle against whatever this thing is. We're just dubbing it Darkside Heartless for the time being, but we can see two lights kind of flying towards it. I like to imagine that, like, I don't know, maybe it's Sora and Riku fighting against it. I don't know. But does this insinuate two characters currently fighting that enemy? It could be Sora and Streliza, it could be Sora and my headcanon Young Master Xehanort, or maybe Yozora. Again, these screenshots that don't particularly make sense to be here, I'm gathering are here for a purpose. I do want to say too, like, from this image alone, you can also see the improvements made if we're comparing it to the footage that we saw of the Dark Side in the reveal trailer. Just looking at stuff like possible reflections on the glass, on the building to the left right there. The lighting has improved substantially. Remember that this is Kingdom Hearts 4 running on Unreal Engine 5, whereas the reveal trailer was running on Unreal Engine 4. So these are all improvements that are to be expected. And then who knows what's going on in this final image right here. Is that raindrops, like the glittery stuff that we can see on the ground there? It makes me think it might be raindrops, just because we can also see some what looks like raindrops kind of in mid-air. Is everything in potentially a stasis of sorts, like the world has completely frozen? That's at least what I'm thinking, and if that is the case, it would mean that someone or something has some serious amount of control over Quadratum. The only other time that we've seen something similar to this, where the entire surrounding world has become suspended in time, is in Kingdom Hearts 2 for the simulated version of Twilight Town during the Roxas prologue. There's been talks about whether or not the Quadratum that Sora ends up in during the secret episode of Kingdom Hearts 3 to fight Yuzora is truly the real Quadratum, or rather an artificial one. It would at least seem like this version here in Kingdom Hearts 3 is one constructed from Yuzora's heart. So we ask the age-old question, is any of this for real or not? Clearly though,
Regardless of what it is, take it with a grain of salt. But in the end, they did announce the Twitter, and Square Enix appreciate our patience, which hopefully the execution is good. They better execute it good, okay? That's what I'm worried about. So I don't know if you know this. Well, this is something I'm gonna be putting it in my second channel. According to Vera Dark, Square Enix is preparing for a 3-year plan to reboot the company. That is concerning, because right now, you've seen what happened. Final Fantasy is underperformed. What else? Disney is under immense pressure, not just from the lawsuit, but the failure of their TV shows and movies. Everything's a mess. I don't know if it's going to affect Kingdom Hearts 4, because one thing we haven't seen is, of course, the world, such as either Star Wars, Avengers. I don't know if they're gonna include that, because with the new mechanic, build and construct, it could be either you can allow to build, say, a Quinjet, a TIE Fighter, whatever it is. I don't know, it's still speculation. And that last screenshot, it could probably mean that there was a boss fight, because we don't know who will Sora fought first, the first boss fight. Nobody even knows. And I'd be interesting to see when it's revealed, because there are two places, either the State of Play or Summer Game Fest or even Tokyo Game Show. If there's no footage starting next month, that must mean Tokyo Game Show. And right now the problem is Square Enix still has its ethics department, which hopefully it doesn't affect Kingdom Hearts 4, which is something I'm worried about. Look guys, Kingdom Hearts, the game that I grew up with, and I don't want to see it fail. I will not let it happen. I will not let Kingdom Hearts 4 suffer the same fate as either Concord or even Unknown 9 Awakening. So also I'd like to say, what world do you want to see in Kingdom Hearts 4? Say it in the comments.
This is...
It's a place to honor the dead. They're still waiting for the salvation Mother Sphere promised them.
Damn.
I want to send the memories left here to Mother Sphere. That's where they belong.
I'll help.
Me too.
Thank you, both of you.
Leave a like and subscribe if you want woke or anti-woke detected, or you just want to see me play games, or perhaps you like trending topics. Visit my second, third, and fourth channel up here or link in the description.